Hi everyone, I'm Zelda. So, I've been meaning to announce for a while, and I mean, just to get it out there immediately, so, I am trans, I am now Zelda Sky. I changed my name a while ago, legally and everything. Almost all of the legal stuff is now finally done. I realized I never quite... I announced kind of at the beginning of a random live stream. Right around this time last year, in fact. I'm not sure the exact day it hit me, but this is listed on my calendar. It's my transiversary, so important date. So it's complicated, and I'm going to force myself to record this all in one sitting, just unedited, because I'm a recovering perfectionist, and that means it's not what a lot of people think. Perfectionism in media is always, you know, shown as like, oh, you always do the perfect thing the first try, and there's never any problems, and it's really good, and it's cool. Perfectionism in real life mostly means not doing things or overdoing things or hating doing things, and it's just very destructive and bad force, and I am still kind of recovering from that. So, get this guy in my face. I am trans, I'm Zelda. I went through a couple iterations of names, and I'm a little embarrassed how long it took, but I'm reassured that there's no proper time frame, there's no consistent time it happens for everyone or anything like that. I know people twice my age that have realized right around that age that they went, you know, it was very reassuring to hear that. So if you're younger than me or older than me, you know, don't even worry about it. It's not about, you know, it doesn't make you smart or dumb to figure it out whenever. It's important, and I'm glad I noticed it when I did. So I am, you know, I'm a trans woman. I assigned male at birth, all of that nonsense. I don't think gender should matter as much as it did. In fact, my whole journey kind of started. I figured, you know what? I don't care about my gender roles and all that stuff, so I figured, you know, just I put any pronouns on my Discord profile and stuff, and then someone referred to me as she, and it just kind of felt right in a way that, like, I guess in a way I'm kind of stereotypical. Like, I don't like the whole egg culture thing. I don't like, you know, suggesting to people, oh, you're probably trans because you play a female character in Overwatch or something. Like, I don't like that kind of stuff because, like, that puts pressure on people. I have always preferred to play as female characters. You know, it's not necessarily a hint, but it's one of many things that now is like, but last year, I kind of replaced my whole wardrobe. It felt right. I just started doing a lot of changes, and it was difficult on the channel because, like, it's an important thing for me, but, like, am I ready? I'm not done. It's not, you know, I wasn't sure when to say anything about it. So here we are, technically about exactly 1 year in, and, you know, I'm Zelda, the Zelda Zone. The whole reason for the change and everything is because, yep, I'm trans. I identify as a woman, she, her, all of that. For the most part, people have been respectful. Even in real life, I haven't had too much trouble. I am in the United States, and I'm in fact in one of kind of the worst states for that. I'm in Iowa. And, wow. But it was still the right decision to make, and I still feel better. It's complicated. There's a lot of work involved. It's not sudden, and a lot of stuff you hear online is complete BS. I hope anybody watching is fully aware of that there's not, like, you don't just, like, go to a random high school, as people are saying, and get surgery. I've had 0 surgeries, by the way. I don't particularly plan to get surgeries, no offense to anyone who does, but it is not a thing where you get surgery and that's, you know, the whole process. It is... I haven't played this episode in a while. It is... I am playing this live, obviously, now, but... it's a different thing for everyone. I am exploring things. Honestly, for me, the first thing, you know, pronouns happened pretty early. Name. I picked my name pretty quick. Zelda was actually the easiest name to come up with. I had a few ideas for middle name and last name. Last name took the longest because, like, I just opened up, like, a page with, like, hundreds of last names and just clicked the random button until I figured out something that just sounded good with Zelda. So it's a whole complicated thing, and I'm not done with it, I would say, by any means, but I am pretty far along. I'm definitely far enough along the way to say that, like, yep, this is me. I am happier this way. I am, you know, proud to say it. Happy Pride, everyone, by the way. It is Pride Month. And this is why we have Pride Month, because this is very difficult and very scary, and a lot of people are, sadly, very shitty about it, which is bizarre. Like, no one has been harmed by me sitting in my house and, like, wearing a dress or whatever. Like, people are nuts. So, this doesn't mean too much for you watching my channel, honestly. You know, just refer to me as Zelda, she, her, blah, blah, blah. But I have felt a little weird about all of my old videos. For now, all of them are staying up. I have not deleted pretty much anything. I have changed the name on everything, of course, because that's pretty important to me. I did an intermediary name change last year, and it was kind of... It was a little awkward, and it's kind of why I never, like... I did, like, a big announcement, because, like, everything was just constantly in flux and all that. But I'm feeling quite confident about it now. It's definitely been a good change. I've had a lot of good friends help me out. I redesigned my little OC here. That's also Zelda. She's just Zelda. She's a self-Sona now. She is designed by, in part by me, but the actual drawing is by Anda, who's in our Discord. And come say hi in the Discord, by the way. The Discord's been very supportive and very helpful for me. I hope to have a less corporate-owned version of Discord. Like, I might get Element or something. It's like a Discord alternative, but, like, I can self-host. Self-hosting is hard, by the way, so... Not necessarily today. Who even does pistol starts, by the way? You're harder core than me if you do pistol starts. I never pistol start. So, the stream schedule I've been meaning to do is coming soon, by the way. I am currently trying to focus on improving my life and, you know, resolving a lot of personal stuff, both related and unrelated to being trans, so I might be a little bit more sparse on streams and stuff, but that's not because of anything bad necessarily. If you're trans or questioning, I would be happy to talk to you over email or Discord or whatever. It's a very personal thing, and that's kind of something I wanted to talk about. So it's very personal, and, like, I don't... It's strange to talk about because, like, you know, roughly half of other trans people are going to be, you know, their gender or identity that's not even close to mine. It's, you know, there's trans men, there's, you know, there's non-binary, there's all this stuff, and it's like, it almost feels weird to even call it all the same thing. And, like, you know, I'm commiserating or whatever, you know, celebrating or positive or negative with, you know, trans guys that want, in a way, almost the exact opposite of what I want, and it's still familiar, and it's still definitely trans, and it's also, like, just kind of like, oh, that's the opposite of what I want. Interesting. But, like, people are different, and, like, I wish everyone, that's kind of what Pride is about. I wish people understood that better. So there's a reason I wish everyone would study psychology, at least a little bit, like, at least like a college course, because there's this thing called sensation versus perception, where you can perceive something different from the same sensation. So sensation is the raw, like, biological input. Like, say you eat cherries, there's a sensation of eating cherries, but there's also perception. So I don't like cherries. That is the same. If you like cherries and you eat cherries, you have the same sensation as me. You have technically the same objective input, right? But you don't have the same memories as me. You don't have the same tongue as me, for one thing. You don't have the same genetics as me. We could be experiencing completely different things, but we still call them cherry, right? And that causes some conflict. I've had some conflict with people this last year over different tastes and stuff, and you should really learn that, like, tastes are subjective. They literally are. They are actually... I am actually experiencing a different thing. If you don't like Doom, that's okay. I'm a little, you know, I love Doom, and I like to share it with people. It's always a little bit of a rough hit when people, like, don't like what I like, but it's important to know not everybody, you know, is experiencing the same thing. So, if I'm trans and you're not, I hope you can be respectful and understanding of that. I didn't think I was trans for, you know, like, an embarrassingly long time, but, you know, who knows? That's the kind of thing about being trans. You don't... Can you 100% even know? Because I thought I did, but turns out a lot of stuff I thought was other things, mostly, you know, Plastic Crusher. A a lot of self-esteem issues turned out to mostly be the trans thing, so I'm feeling better about that. It's still scary. This video is going on very long, and that's my perfectionism bitching in, but that's fine. I'm not sure you'd be bothering to watch a video about me, you know, announcing I'm trans if you didn't give even a little bit of, you know, crap about me, so enjoy. Buttons. You gotta have buttons. So the channel will mostly stay the same. I may at some point move my old stuff where I address myself by my old name to a different channel. I may make a new channel for, I am getting a VTuber avatar of this character. I'm not 100% sure how to handle that. A lot of people like, oh, you gotta like have a different channel, like stream channel, VODs channel, that kind of thing. I have not had particularly positive experiences with that, but we'll see. We'll do it as we go. In the meantime, I'm Zelda. I'm a woman, and I'm pretty happy about that. I'm getting happier. I'm figuring out more things by the day. And I hope everyone has happy pride, and you may not necessarily be trans. Maybe you're gay. Maybe you're, you know, just have a bad family like I did. Whatever troubles you're having, I hope you survive and push on. It's definitely worth, you know, keeping on going and figuring out yourself and what you should do with your life and how you're going to live and, you know, all of that stuff. And I always struggle with ending videos, so I'm Zelda. Go like, comment, subscribe. I don't even know. I am considering making streaming my full-time job. I can't quite... Oh, that door should never open. I always hate when that door opens, because, like, that's the intro door. It should never open. Anyway. I'm still figuring out a lot of stuff in my life, and it's kind of difficult. I'm between jobs, we'll put it that way. I have what was supposed to be a retirement fund, and that is currently a startup fund for live streaming, unless I get a job pretty soon, and I'm figuring it out. But I would like to consider, at least for a while, at least for a year or two, just streaming to be my main thing, and just, honestly, more so than streaming, just figuring out my own life and taking care of myself. Honestly, that's my favorite thing about being self-employed, is that I get to consider it quote-unquote work to, like, take care of myself, like eat properly, you know, learn to cook, take care of my mental health, because, like, I'm self-employed. I am responsible for my own employees, which is me, so that feels kind of good in a way. It's embarrassing to have not been able to focus that, but, like, it has been really hard with the previous full-time job. I won't bitch too much about that, but it was... I miss the income, but not the job, let's put it that way. Anyway, I'm officially lost in a Doom level, so it's probably about time to wrap up. Thank you to everyone who supported me. I have already had... Didn't really want to lead into the video with this. I didn't want to discourage anyone or anything or whatever, but I've already had some transphobic comments. You know, there's a docs wiki that has pretty much everybody online. There is a lot of hatred and awfulness going around, and I assume if you're this far in the video, you're probably not like that, but I hope you understand that I am going through stuff I would rather not be, and so is probably every other trans person, and a lot of other people that you don't know are trans, or maybe they are and you don't know that, or maybe, you know, they're just going through shit unrelated. Just be nice to people. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, it's unreal the amount of hate people have in the world over just nothing, over fake made up stuff, and just we're people, you know. Just be nice to other people. You'd want people to be nice to you, I hope. I'm already back at the start. Classic Doom. I'm Classic Doom lost, so very much time to end the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber or whatever you are, or just stopping by even. Check out my streams if you're somehow... This is my first video. I'm so sorry if it is, because this is a classic Zelda ramble, which they're not too rare. I'm trying to get a little better at it, but this is why I told myself, hey, you're not allowed to edit this video. You're going to do it all in one take, and you're going to post it, because otherwise you're never going to do it. Just why I haven't had an announcement video for like 1 year. But if you have any stories of overcoming bullshit, not necessarily related to trans or any kind of gender or anything, just if you feel better about yourself, I would love to hear about it in the comments. I know everyone hates YouTube comments, blah, blah, blah. I actually read all my comments. I love my comments. I've met some really cool people through my comments. And it's a shame that YouTube comments are just considered this like garbage spam thing. Even though it's like sometimes I get it, but let me see those positive comments. Be a force for good in YouTube comments. What an amazing thought. Goodbye. Here's to like another what, 10, 11 years of YouTube, or I think maybe even like 14. It's been so long I forget exactly when I joined YouTube. It was like, I want to say 2012. So yeah, like 13 years of silly videos, and I plan to make more. By the way, if you want to see me stream something, I have a requests page on my website. Go to zelda.zone/requests. If you ever want to email about anything, just talk about whatever, contact at zeldazone.zone is my thing. Zelda.zone. People, I have to give that email in real life because that is my real email. I don't. I like to own my own email. I like to own things, so that is my real email. If you want to suggest a game, if you want to ask a question or whatever, or just tell me what you thought of videos or whatever, go ahead and do that. I will see you probably in the next stream. I don't tend to like to do uploads anymore. I feel a lot of pressure to edit uploads, and I just really don't like editing. I plan to get better at that this year, but not yet. Uploading it in one take. Take that.